Philippine Loop Ultra Endurance Race. The Philippine Loop, I don't know how many miles it is. I don't feel like looking it up. I'm on my lunch break. I think it's a 3,000 to 3,000 mile race. Probably 3,000 miles. Maybe 2,000. 2,000 would be good. It's but it's in the Philippines, so there's a lot of roads and there's some mountains, and you have to use like a mountain bike because the roads are so bad. And the terrain is just weird. But Philippine Loop, there's this guy with a YouTube channel who finished the Philippine Loop and it got really popular. A lot of people have completed Philippine Loop, but nobody was as good as marketing as him. I mention this because a lot of people will do the Trans Am bike race, and a lot of those people who did the Trans Am race actually made races in other countries. One guy, after he won the Trans Am and he won the Divide, I think he was second in the Divide though, he made the Australia IPWR race. I'm talking about endurance racing, by the way. And then endurance cycling, 2,000 mile bike rides and stuff. Trans Am's 4,200, IPWR is about 3,000. You go all the way across Australia, I think. I didn't even look anything up, but I think. And then there's the Great Divide, or whatever you call it. It goes from Canada to Mexico, and that's a mountain bike race. And then there's Trans Am, which I already said, but a lot of these people have done or organized other races. And a lot of people who did Trans Am did Trans Globe, where you start out in Europe and you do enough, like 50K or something like that, enough to go all the way around the entire Earth. I really should get lunch right now. We're at KT. But I'm thinking, who's the guy who's gonna make the Philippine one? Because these races have all of a sudden just started popping up, and a lot of people are doing it. It's getting really popular. And all the people who do one race, a lot of times they'll do another race too. And so they might not do 4,000 mile races because it's really financially tough, but they'll do 1,000 mile races now. And it's starting to become popular, and I think it's going to really hit hard, because there's a documentary that was made in 2016. It's 2023, so that's about 8 years. But I think there's going to be like a curve where it goes like that and it starts to get really popular. I think when people start to market them, because they're not really marketed very well, and it's for good reason. Who really wants to run that? Like, it's really hard to market a race while you're racing it. And a lot of people who organize them, they also race them too sometimes. Or they just spend so much time organizing them that they don't really... And also, who do you, like, what's your goal when you market it? You know, are you gonna, like... So there's a thing called dot watchers, but you don't really have to market that. That's free. People watch the dots of the races, and people get obsessed with it. And then they talk on the forums, so it's like a whole little community already. Anyway, I forgot what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, Philippines. So it'd be really cool if somebody made the Philippine race. If they did, let me know so I could race it. I could visit my grandma and race it at the same time, spend one plane ticket money. And you can make it all official. The problem is, who else has done all those? What other Filipino endurance rider has done Trans Am and all those other races? I feel like I might be one of the... I'm not even Filipino. I'm Filipino-American. But there's Filipino randonneurs, but the problem is it's just so expensive. For example, especially for someone coming from the Philippines, that's like 3 to 4, 5, 6, 7 months worth of pay. Minimum. And so that's why and randonneurs, I don't know who's paying for their plane tickets. I feel like they might have family members in America or something. But if you're doing Philippine Loop as a race, let me know and make it in January so I could do it and visit my grandma at the same time and race it, bro. I'm doing Trans Am, and then I'm gonna do PBP probably. Trans Am this June. That's like in 2 weeks. I gotta get lunch. I really do. Dang, I'm gonna be late back.